here's what we're going to do today. We're going to feed our addiction and put some more cool parts on the 110. Let me show you how it's done. We're going to put this extended front brake lever on. It's going to be quite easy, and I'll show you how that's done. But the first thing we're going to do, we're going to put this chain guide on. The factory one has this plastic deal that's more like a chain guard to keep little kids and stuff out of it. But when you drop this down like we have, the chain can get loose, and you can chunk a chain. I promise you, I have done it before. Once you start modding these, you will too. So these are quick and easy little fixes. They've got like a Delron inside here, so it's long wearing, billet, and it matches this. I mean, if you're going to do something, you might as well make it look good. So come on in. Let me show you how this is done. Tools you're going to need: 10 mil end wrench for backup, and then an 8 and a 10 for your DAC. First thing we're going to do, remove this factory piece right here. And these you will need to be able to reuse. This is the factory chain slider guide. Doesn't really do much, but it's there, I guess, so they can feel better about themselves. That's what we're going to fix today. This thing. Now, first thing we got to do is be able to get this around the chain. So you'll take this 10 mil nut off top. Don't lose the spacer and that long bolt. Now this kit comes with the ability for different year models. They have a larger or smaller nuts and bolts here. We're going to be using this one, which has the 6 millimeter. They do make one if yours has the 8. So you'll put that back there. That's going to be what you thread into. On your factory 6 millimeter nuts, there's a little spacer. You take that spacer, you won't be reusing that. So these go in back here. Spacers. Space the chain guide right where it's supposed to go. I'll torque that down. You know, good and tight. Don't strip it down, but make sure it's good and tight. Then you'll take these little spacer for the top, put it back in. Remember, we got a DAC with the 10 mil on it. We'll back that up. Oop, wrong way. 2 Ugga Duggas is how tight you get this. And there we go. No more chain coming off. So, to the next side. And now it's time to get us some more reach. As you can see, push it about an inch forward and a lot more traction there on that brake lever. And you can see ours is bent all kinds of crazy. So, first thing we need to do is get this one off. Not really super hard to get it off, except for it's just a pain. It's a pain because you got to get in here and get to these, what do you call them? My brain just pulled a blank on me. For these cotter pins. So we'll get in here. If you're nice and gentle with these cotter pins, should be able to reuse them. Honda does have quality cotter pins, so if you're working on like a Chinese bike or something along those lines, a lot of those cotter pins almost aren't even worth trying to save. So, but if you can save the Honda ones, save them. Pulls right out. Just give it a little squeeze like that to straighten it all back up. You can reuse that. Washer. Up next is this one back here. Is a complete and utter pain to get to. It's not so much that it's hard to bend or get out, it's just getting to it. So I take a flathead screwdriver, a large flathead screwdriver, and just get back here and pry down on it. Try to get it as flat as possible. So we just reach through there, pushed it to make it as flat as possible. There he goes, poking his head up. And we'll pry that one out of there. Still usable. We'll reuse that. There's our brake pin. As you can see, it's captured in there. So when you are trying to put that pin in and out. It doesn't spin on you. That is super nice. We'll get back here, pry that brake spring off as we do this. There we go. Brake spring is off. Take the new one, and it should slide right on there. Well, it looks like this one. It is powder coated, and that powder coat has built up a little bit. So let me see if I can't get some sandpaper and knock that edge off right there. And we'll get this right back on. Okay, we got all that knocked off there. As you can see, it slides on easy with no issues whatsoever now. So first thing we want to do, we're going to put the spring in there. I'll show you how I like to do this. Get it on there, center that spring up. Then I'm going to take my screwdriver, push it forward, push that spring forward as we tap that in there. And there you go. Rubber mallet, use it just so you don't scar it up. Put your washer in. And we'll take both sides of the cotter pin, smash them flat, seals it back up. And this one, same thing. Remember, it has that flat spot? Well, that flat spot's going to line up just like so. I'm going to put these down back through here, and then to bend it back, we should be able to get it from this side as we bend it back and up. And the same thing there. Well, it's hitting that, but there you go. Easy peasy. And look how much more room you have there and how much farther that is and how much it tucks in. So yes, it does stick forward about an inch, but it does tuck in under this casing right here. So that is going to save it from getting caught on everything when you're out riding. So, all right, let's take a close look at these two products and see what we think. Really like the way that looks.